Welcome back, everyone. This is Erica with Hooking You Up, and today we're going to be doing this crop top tank with a fishnet back. This pattern I would say is beginner friendly, and it whips up super quick and easily once you get the hang of it. So I have some big twists that I haven't used in a while that I'm going to be using, and the size needle I'm going to be using is a 5.75. We're not going to worry about my nails because they're terrifying. And I do have a tapestry needle and a pair of scissors, of course. So we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it. You can use red heart yarn, any kind of yarn you'd like. I did complete 1/2 just to speed up this video so it's not long. So I did mimic this side. So this will be the same size, and I will go over sizing as we go. This is a size small. I'm roughly a size small, medium. So if you're a size small, you can just go off the chain and rows that I use, that I'm going to be sharing in this video. Otherwise, I'll give you guys tips on how to make your size. So like I said, I did complete one already just to speed it up. So now what I'm going to be doing is making a slip knot. And let me bring this down. Perfect. All right. So in order to get this is the cup size. So what you're gonna want to do is make enough rows around, and how I count rows is that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4. So for mine, I have a total of 8 rows around. And I started by making a chain of 26. Again, this is for a size small. So in order to make the right size for you, what you'll do is measure from your nipple right to your belly button line or just above. And however many chains that is, you're going to mimic the other side. So both sides are the right size. And then you're going to make that amount of chains. So in my case, it's 26. So I'm going to chain up 26. All right. Once I've made a chain of 26, or however many chains that you needed, once you've made your chain, we're going to single crochet in the second stitch from the hook. And then you're going to single crochet all the way down. And besides the straps, this will be the only time that we're going to be single crochet. The remainder of the project will be worked in half double crochet stitch. All right, so now I'm working that last single crochet. Right in that last hole, we're gonna make 2 more single crochets for a total of 3. and your project should look something like this. So now we're going to work our way using single crochet. We're going to work our way back down the other side. Now the side that's going to have the tail is going to be your top, the top part of your cup. So we're going to continue single crocheting all the way down in each stitch. This is a super basic crop top that whips up quick, great for summer, for wearing in the summer. You can pair with a skirt, you can pair with some high-waisted shorts or jeans. It has an open back with a breathable fishnet closing in the back, so it's a pullover style and great for summer. So we're coming down to our last 2 stitches, working our last single crochet. Once you've completed your last single crochet, it should look something like this. Now you can use stitch markers for each row. You can, so as we put 3 single crochet in the top of the cup, you can, for the one that's right on top, so it would be this stitch, you can put a stitch marker there if you would like to keep your project even, but that's totally up to you. So now we are going to start working half double crochet. So we're going to chain 1, flip our work, and now we're going to half double crochet in that first chain from the hook, and then you're going to continue half double crocheting until you've reached the top of the cup. Most of this project, except for the back side, the whole front of both pieces are just going to be working back and forth in the row until you've created your desired cup. Now for the cup, what you guys can do is just keep going. So mine, because I am a B cup, I am going to be doing 8 rows, and that's like the perfect coverage for me, as seen in the thumbnail, and I might have a video in the beginning of this showcasing what the top looks like on. However, you guys, for those who have a heavier set top, I would suggest just keep working in the round until you've created enough piece that will cover all of your breasts comfy. All right, so normally I know when I'm reaching the top. For one, it is kind of obvious because it'll be just that one stitch by itself up here, or wherever the tail's sticking out, that's normally where the top of that stitch is. So I'm going to make 3 half double crochet in that top stitch. And again, you can use, I encourage you to use stitch markers if you feel that you'll need it. So each time you make it to the top, you're going to be making 3 half double crochet in that very top stitch. Now, if you can see here, my holes are lined up, so you can see that first one's right here, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. So I have a nice straight line. And that's all you're going to be doing, going back and forth. So now we're working down the other side. Again, the top part of your cup will always be where the tail is. So that's how you know when you're working the top half, so you don't get confused. I'm sorry if I'm going a little bit fast. If you have any questions or concerns, please leave them in the description below, and I'll for sure try to get back to you guys. If you need any help, you can always DM me on Instagram. However, it's just a very repetitive, easy pattern. So again, I'm half double crocheting down the other side, and I'm making my way towards the end of the cup. Once you've half double crochet in that last stitch, you're always going to chain one before you flip and start working back up. All right, now I've made it to the top. I'm gonna make 3 half double crochet in this top stitch. And now I'm going to start working my way down. Alright, so I am going to meet you guys once I've completed my 8 rows, and I will continue on from there. Alright, you guys, so as you can see, I just completed my second side, and as you can see, same size. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to single crochet 16, starting from this first stitch. I'm going to single crochet 16 rows up, or 16 stitches up. Basically, for your size, what I would suggest is just going about halfway, or maybe a stitch or two above halfway of your cup, and just making a single crochet line just in one. So I would suggest your second one, or you can do it in the first one, doesn't matter, but either cup that you want to do, make sure that one of them has a single crochet row going halfway up. So I'm going to do that right now. All right, once you've done 16 rows up, or however many rows or however many stitches you needed up, you're going to cut a good sized tail off. And then we're going to bring that other side right over. And this is the part where we connect. So what I like to do is make sure these are even. You can put a stitch marker right here and then just make sure each stitch lines up with each side so you know where the 16th one is. Or you can just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, so now this is where my tapestry needle comes in. All right. Now, let me go super close. Now we're just going to be using, you're not going to go through both those stitches, you're just going to be going through the top. And same with this side. And pull. You're basically going to do that all the way around. Wait. I think I put it in there. So we'll just make sure it's even. Now you've attached both sides. All right. Now what we're going to do is flip it over. And we're going to start working one side. We're going to start the fishnet part, this back. It's so nice. All right, so how we're going to do that is, again, I'm going to be doing 16 rows up. I'm going to take my yarn. So again, if you're doing a different size, you're going to kind of mimic the same size as your middle piece. However many stitches you did going up, we're going to kind of mimic that for the back side as well. So as you can see, that middle piece kind of ends right here. And if this is lined up all easily, then this back portion kind of measures up right here. So what we're going to do, I'm going to count. I'm going to count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Whoops. Can't count today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right here. All right, so going through both loops, what I'm going to do, pull my slip knot through, chain 1, and then I'm gonna knot that tail in. That gives extra support. I'm going to chain 2. Now we're gonna be working double crochet. I'm gonna skip 1 stitch, double crochet in that next stitch, chain 2, skip 1 stitch, double crochet in that next stitch, chain 2, skip 1 stitch, double crochet in the next, and you're going to continue this until you've reached the bottom border. For that last one, you're going to chain 1. If you realize there's the last stitch would be the skip stitch, you can just chain 1 and then double crochet in that last one. And you know what? Let's not chain 1. Let's just double crochet in that last stitch. All right. Now we're going to chain 3. Turn our work. So now we're working back up the other side. Bring this down some more. All right. So now what I'm going to do is work in our chain 1 stitch. It'll be that first, so between each one, remember we did chain 2, skip 1 stitch, double crochet in the next. So if we're starting from the bottom back up, we're gonna see 2 chain 1s. In that first chain 1 stitch, you're going to double crochet, chain 2, in that next first double crochet, chain 2, and that next first chain 1, excuse me. I'm sorry if I'm confusing you guys. So that's how it looks so far. You want it to be kind of uneven. So you don't want these 2 stitches to line up. You want it to be somewhat apart. So I'm gonna keep going, double crocheting in that first chain 1, chain 2, double crochet in that first chain 1, chain 2, double crochet in that first chain 1, and then chain 3. And we're going to double crochet in that last stitch. So your work should look like this. Nice and even on both sides. We're going to chain 3. You're going to chain 3 each side. So you're going to chain 3 here if you're working back this way. You're going to chain 3 here if you're working back down. So I'm going to turn my work. And now I'm going to switch it up a little. Now instead of that first chain 1, I'm going to work in that second chain. So again, I'm going to double crochet, skipping that first chain 1. I'm going to double crochet in that second chain 1, chaining 2 between each double crochet. Again, I'm skipping that first chain 1, going to the second chain 1, chain 2, and repeat this all the way back down. All right, still nice and even. All right, so we're going to turn our work, and we're basically just going to keep doing this So if you're working from the bottom up, you're gonna go in the first chain one, you're gonna double crochet in the first chain one. If you're working from the top down, you're going to be working in the second. Just alternate from each chain. That way it kind of gives this zigzag effect with the mesh back. Nice and beautiful. So how you'll know how many rows to do, you're just going to repeat this until you have a long back side that when you attach to this side, it fits perfectly around your back. So again, we're going to keep doing this same pattern from down to up, down to up, down to up for as many rows as you need for it to, and how you can check if it's going to fit right, if you don't know how many rows to make, just do a bunch of rows and then attach it to the back side like this with stitch markers, and then you can put it on and see if it's snug or you need more rows, and then go from there. But once you've made the amount of rows that you need, we'll then slip stitch using our tapestry needle to the other side. So let me just show you guys real quick. So for this side, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I did a total of 15 rows. And then, so I started on this side, you can kind of tell. And I did 15 rows back and forth. This way, bottom, up, bottom, bottom, up, bottom, all the way. I attached this side with slip markers, and then I put this on over me, and it fit perfectly because this does stretch, so it doesn't have to be like super tight or really loose. And then once I did my 15 rows, which is what mine came out to do, and that's how many rows I'll do for this one as well, then I slip stitch using my tapestry needle, and I'll show you guys that in the next clip. And then that's how I got my back piece. That's how I connected my back piece. So I will meet you guys once we have completed our fishnet back. Alright, you guys, now that I have finished the amount of rows that I needed, and it will stretch out a little bit at first, it's just a little whatever. Anyway, so I cut off, oh, I didn't cut off, I thought I did. I'm gonna cut off a good amount, pull it through, and attach my tapestry needle. All right, so now again, you're gonna make sure that it's evened up. And I'm gonna bring forward. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right here. All right. So in each stitch, I'm just going to go through each top stitch. All right. now let's just get some of these out of the way. To do is the border. We are going to half double crochet just to make the border nice and even all the way around. So we'll do the border, then we'll do the straps, and then we are done. So I am just gonna start randomly on the side. Now it's gonna be kind of hard because it's not a typical chain. So I just try to go as near the border as possible. Make a slip. Insert it. Chain one. And now I'm just going to half double crochet in each stitch around. Not all the stitches will look the same, but as long as it's near the border, all we're really trying to do is just make the border all even, because as you can see, it's not really even, and this will just make it nice and pretty. So again, as we're working that mesh part, you're going to notice that the stitches are all different. You're just going to try your best to make sure the half double crochet stitches are even as you work your way around. So I will meet you guys at the end. Alright, you guys, so I just completed the border all the way around. It's all nice and even. So now we're going to do the straps. So for my straps, I'm going to do 36 chains, a chain of 36, and I am just going to, starting from each side, I just kind of measure where I'm going to slip stitch the bottom of the chain. So how you guys, for your guys' size, in order to know how many stitches to do for your chain, what I would suggest is count out the chains as you go and just make a long chain. Slip stitch it at the bottom, so you have your chain. Let's say you have a chain of 50. Just slip stitch the bottom without cutting the tail off. Don't cut it yet, just slip stitch it, and then put the top on and see how loose or how tight the strap is around your shoulder and back. And if it's too tight, then you know, take some stitches off the chain, or if it's too loose, if it's too tight, add some more chains. If it's too loose, take off some chains. So for a size small, a 36 stitch chain is what I'm going to do. And so how you know where to insert the chain, what I like to do is, you'll see that your holes are even at the top. So what I do is just find the very top. So there's 3 stitches up here. This would be the very top middle stitch. And so I just, if you're going to be doing the right side first, with it facing you, with the project facing you, I'm going to be putting my needle, I'm going to be putting my hook in that right side stitch right next to the center hole. So I'm going to make a chain of 36. Okay, I'm going to flip my work, and wherever you decide that you want it to be slip stitched, you're going to slip it through, chain 1, cut off the tail, pull through. Now I'm going to do the same with the other side. You're going to find that top center piece, which is right here, and we're going to be doing the left side. Put my hook through, chain 36, or however many chains that you need. Okay, again, I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to try to do roughly the same. So about right here. Make sure your chain is even. And there you go. Nice and even. So what I'm going to do is bring this to the back side, bring both sides to the back. Now I'm going to sew them in really nice and tight by making a knot, double knot it, and then slip it. Alright, now you have your beautiful straps. Alright, very last part, we're going to start right in the middle. Just pick any place right in the middle of the two straps. I'm going to pick right here. We're going to take our slip knot, and we are going to single crochet as close to the border as we can, making sure it's even. And we're going to go up the straps, down this side of the cup, middle, up the other side of the cup, down this strap, and then meet up back right here. And that will be the very last part of our project. So again, we're doing the single crochet stitch. And to get onto this strap, we're going to leave just a little bit of space And we're gonna go straight up onto that and just work our way up. So you can see that's what I did here. It doesn't have to be perfect in every single stitch, because the whole point of working our way around right here is to just make it nice and tighter right here, so that your cleavage doesn't fall out. Let me show you really quick. So as you can see, when I try to lay this flat, it kind of curves in, because I've kind of made my single crochet that way, going up all through here. That way it holds on, as you can see in the thumbnail and the video. This part will hug your cleavage, that way your breasts don't fall out of the top whenever you're doing movements. So that's the whole point of, all right. You're gonna start making your way down. I skip a stitch or two on both sides of the cups, just to create that crunch, that curved in feeling. You can already see it starting to. That way it holds your breasts better. Alright, once you've reached the middle, we're going to kind of just dodge this stitch right here and do the middle stitch. And let's dodge that stitch. And you want to pull this tight as you work. That way it'll hold the stitch, because if you just crochet, it can be loose and you don't want that. So alright, you guys, if you made it this far, we are officially done with our tops. Super, super cute. I love this color. Looks just like this one. Same exact size as you can see. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys were able to knock one out yourself, and hopefully this will be an easy picker-upper project if you need a last-minute crochet top this summer. If you guys would like to share your makes with me, please tag me on Instagram. Don't forget to like this video if you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know in the comments below what you guys would like to see next. I do have a list of tutorials, super fun tutorials that I want to put out this month and the upcoming month. So leave your suggestions down below. If you have any questions, leave them down below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.